After years of getting ripped off by big wireless providers, there's finally a better option. Mint Mobile is the affordable premium wireless service that you buy online. To get your new phone plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/DIYS. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Tahir Moore.
And I'm Patrick Cloud.
And this is another episode of Damn Internet, You're Scary.
Happy MidMay.
Happy mid-May. It's almost mid-year.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, when June gets here, man, this is, you know.
We halfway. That's weird. It still feels like we're in the first few months.
Yeah, because last year was such a shit show. It's slowly starting to open back up. But because it hasn't opened all the way up, I don't know, it still kind of feels like it's not real to a certain degree.
I didn't even realize how far into the year we were until you said that, actually.
Bro, we had 5 months of practice.
2021 doesn't even feel like it's cracked the seal yet.
They still hitting the bottle top. It's like, yeah, it's going to be delicious when we pour this bad boy up.
Dang, 2021 is halfway done.
It's halfway done, man. It's almost out of here.
Are you kind of already liking it more than 2020?
Oh, hell yes.
Because
absolutely.
We're seeing like the opening.
I knew it was changing because the numbers on Zooming with the Homies started going down. Like typically it's between 15 and like 18 always, and then you get as high as 5,700 depending on the guest. But like it's been around 800, 900. So I'm like, oh, people back. They taking their ass back out in the streets.
People are going outside.
They're going out, man. They're hitting happy hour and staying till the bar closed. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. We were in the house for a year, so people want to live life, bro. Live their life.
I mean, you think it's the Vaxxed?
That too. I definitely think that has something to do with it. I think, you know, a lot of people are like on the fence with it. It's crazy. I read something that said like people are getting fake vaccination cards, but these are some of the same people that had a problem with undocumented immigrants trying to work and feed their family. But people are trying to get fake vaccination cards so they can just go out and party.
And just...
And that's crazy.
It's problematic, yeah.
That's crazy. These people just trying to feed their family, and everybody else is just like, yeah, but drinks.
That's like the best part about all of this is like everybody who's being a hypocrite. It's like the reverse is showing, and it's just like, oh, okay, you don't have anything left to stand on. You have to say you're an asshole now.
Man, listen, the CDC every couple of days is like they coming out and saying, okay, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask outside in large groups. Now they're saying if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask indoors while dining, or like you don't have to wear your mask indoors either.
It's too wishy-washy.
It's just like
you don't even know what's going on.
I'm not taking no chances yet. I'm glad that the stores are still keeping up on the doors, like you have to wear a mask when you up on the entry and that type of stuff. Like I'm not going with it yet. I'm not going with it yet.
It's scary because like I was supposed to get the second half of my vaccination twice, and both times I just was out of town.
Oh, so you got to start over at this point.
I'm half vaxxed. I don't even know if I want to now because it's just like there's external forces telling me not to do it. So I might just see how healthy I can be.
All right, I mean,
because I survived Florida with a half vax, you know.
Yeah. I really think that I did not have as bad of an experience with COVID as I could have because I was already half vaxxed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you never know, man. Like I wasn't taking no chance. I just went ahead and did it. So I'm fully vaxxed out here. Got my card.
Full vax.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you fully had the vid, so that's.
Yeah, I fully had that shit too.
Yeah. So
I'm out here selling antibodies. I ain't got no fake cards, but if you want some antibodies, you know what I'm saying? I can give you some of that. Give you a little plasma.
A bartender was actually busted selling fake
vaccine
cards, like $20 a pop.
What are you doing, man?
That's weird. There was even like a proposal that people like have to wear like a badge or something that shows that they're vaccinated, and I'm like, that historically.
No, I'm good. No. I'm not doing all of that.
No, please don't let us get there. Please don't let us get there. But we are live in studio today, so I'm seeing the Scary Squad's pulling up, giving some genres. New Jack Swing. I don't even know what that is.
That's like that's everything that new. What is it? What is the group? Everything that Candy Rain and New Edition did. That was like New Jack Swing. Like in
New Edition? Really? That's New Jack Swing.
Yeah.
There's also German music.
I don't even know how to begin that.
Same. We got 8-bit music.
8-bit? Is that just like kind of like that? That's what I imagined immediately.
So,
Is that it?
yeah, like gaming.
I kind of like that. I kind of can go with that.
No, you had something.
I can cue it up. Like sometimes I can just pull it right off the shelves, and then other time my brain is like, shit, I know we got one of those around here. What's that word he's trying to say? They just scrambled.
All right, let's do that.
All right, cool. Here it is, the theme show in 8-bit. Here we go.
Scary. Non-dairy. Berry. Damn it, and that you scary. I'm on the main menu. Damn it, and that you scary. I am a sensu. Sensu beans on my mid. Sensu beans on my hip. Sensu beans in my throat. Whoa. Whoa. Scary. Power up. New level. Whoopee. Hey. Came through the other day on my laptop and I say, YouTube, open it up. What are these niggas talking about? Damn it, and that you scary. My milk is non-dairy. Almond milk, it's healthy. Main menu, get wealthy. Ooh, new score. Bonus level, horror. I like that.
I was trying to see how far you were gonna go. I was like, well, I'm just gonna check sausage.
It never went anywhere. So I was just like, hey, it's a game. No one questions the mushrooms and the turtles that coming at Mario. So.
If you kept going, I was gonna speed it up like when Mario Brothers when you're drowning. When you get down to the last 60 seconds, like that.
When you're drowning.
Help!
That was pretty much where I was getting. I was like, help me.
Oh
Game
my
over.
God.
Game over. There you go. That was the if Damn It That You Scary ever gets a video game.
Oh my God.
All right, I have a question. The Food Network posed something that is splitting the internet in half, and as foodies, we gotta answer it. The ultimate debate. They said, what is the superior sandwich? The PB&J or the grilled cheese? It's a tough one. They were both there when no one was.
Man. My only reason I would go with the grilled cheese is because you can make a whole meal out of it with two reasons. You make a whole meal out of it with tomato soup. And also, you typically know that you have cheese before you start the grilled cheese, right? Mm-hmm. With a PB&J, you'll start the PB&J and you go to grab the jelly out of the refrigerator and realize that all the jelly is gone because the jelly gets on the side of it. You don't actually look inside to see how much you got left. So like you will go there and your heart would be crushed. You realize you got no jelly to make this sandwich. Now you just got to eat this peanut butter sandwich.
You don't like peanut butter sandwiches?
Not by itself.
Really?
It's a lot.
I love peanut butter sandwiches.
That's just by itself or like peanut butter and honey? Because I know some people do the peanut butter and honey or peanut butter and bananas.
I've done honey sandwiches too.
Yeah, I've done the peanut butter and banana sandwiches, but like jelly is just.
I'm interested.
Yeah, it's fire, but
I've never had just a jelly sandwich. For some reason, that's weird to me. Mm-hmm. But peanut butter sandwiches are fire to me, and that's kind of why PB&J I tip into that favor.
Okay.
Because like if you toast the bread. PB&J is good, but you can also have soft bread with PB&J. Yeah. Grilled cheese, you kind of trifling if you have the melted cheese on like regular bread. I feel like it has to be kind of like
but you got so many options with a grilled cheese too. You don't have to just use American cheese. You can use cheddar, you can use the marble, you can use Kobe, you use Kobe Jack. Kobe Jack, you can use like the sharp cheddar.
But you can also use you can get like peanut butter, chunky peanut butter. You can get like different types of almond butters or like cookie butter, but there's also different types of jelly, like blackberry jelly and stuff like that.
Strawberry jam, all of that.
You can kind of soup that up too. And grilled cheese is at its best with tomato, like tomato soup, as opposed to PB&J, which don't really need that, you know.
I mean, it ain't at its best. It's just that's a great accessory to have with it.
Really? You don't think that the best version of grilled cheese is the one with the tomato soup?
Absolutely not. I don't ever have it with it. I was just saying if you wanted to make a meal out of it. My best grilled cheese is just the different cheese. Like when I have a sharp cheddar, oh man, you do a sharp cheddar and a Colby together.
You mix the cheeses?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That actually sounds
Oh
good.
man, it's fantastic. You do it right. Like you gotta cook it on super slow heat. So it's like golden. Now that's the one thing I will say that the PB&J has over the grilled cheese.
What?
That the time. If you're starving grilled cheese, you can make that in 2 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. Other bread, boom, boom, boom. Bow, gone. Grilled cheese, you gotta, like, I take my time with it. You gotta have it on low heat. I have to evenly put that butter all over the thing because I'm gonna make 2 at the same time. I'm fitting 2 in the skillet. And then once I lift it.
2 pieces of bread or 2 sandwiches?
2 sandwiches.
Oh, so 4 pieces of bread.
4 pieces of bread.
And how big? You just a wok?
No, we got big skillets, man. We really be cooking out here. But then when I lift it though, I have to put more butter in the skillet because I want that same golden crisp side on the other side too. So like
you re-up the butter?
Re-up on the butter, man. Re-up on the butter or the spray if you use the spray. But yeah, man, it takes way more time to do the grilled cheese. In the comments, Carrie said grilled cheese, Tori said grilled cheese, David said PB&J, Axe said grilled cheese. They said grilled cheese. France said grilled cheese. Tony P said, oh, you was talking to hippie.
Somebody said brioche bread. I never just had that at the house. I need to start getting that. Man. I only have that when I
People be out here real adults with the brioche.
Brioche. I hope I'm saying it right, too.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually never heard anybody say it out loud.
I feel like I've seen more grilled cheese than the PB&J.
PB no J? Yeah.
That dude Tank said PB no J. Oh man,
I like peanut butter sandwiches too. That's like some protein stuff though. Like you just worked out.
Yeah.
Also, you can add stuff to grilled cheese though. You can add like chicken and all types of gourmet stuff. PB&J is kind of tapped at those ingredients.
I feel like when you add meat, it's no longer just a grilled cheese. It's a patty melt at that point, isn't it? Think about it. Because a patty melt is just like
is that the definition of a patty melt?
I feel like a patty melt is just meat
grilled
and cheese on it.
Or
or chopped cheese. But when you add meat to it, that's a patty melt.
That's actually pretty. That's almost like the Socrates of food would say that. Like that's philosophical. What is a grilled cheese with meat? What is it? It doesn't have a wiki. Come on, patty melt. Oh yeah, it does. Is a sandwich consisting of ground beef patty with melted cheese and topped with caramelized onions between 2 slices of griddled bread.
So they say it's specific to the meat there.
It has to be ground beef patty?
That's what Wiki says. I thought it could be anything.
We can't be out here limited grilled cheese and stuff. But yeah, I'll take that. But I'm gonna go PB&J. Are you going?
I'm
GC?
actually gonna go PB&J just for convenience because it's all about time for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the time for me.
That is kind of huge in food.
Yeah, because when you're starving,
I don't be trying to turn the stove on all the time. Speaking of food though, this is great. There's a bakery that got burglarized. It got robbed. So they printed the suspect's face from the camera on cookies and then gave them away for free. So it's like a bakery like who done it. It's a delicious who done it.
Who does that?
That's like the most skillful petty ever. This was the Canfora Bakery in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They were robbed, and the perpetrator was able to break in the front door and steal the whole cash register. He didn't even break into it; he just left with it. And the owners, Eric and Karen Craig, this was a Karen, looked through the security footage, saw a clear image of the robber's face, printed it on edible paper, plastered it on about 100 sugar cookies to help identify him. Then they handed them out to customers and people in the community. Then they was also shared on Facebook, and it went viral.
Wow.
So if
they gonna catch him,
if they catch him, this would probably be the most hilarious story in the jail.
Yeah, I hope they do catch him. I hope they catch him and that person that drove off on the flower person in that BMW, that white BMW. The person leaned in and gave them flowers. It was like on Mother's Day. He was selling flowers, and he grabbed the flowers and he took off before he paid the person. The person's arm was still in. They was just like it was like it spread all over Instagram like wildfire. It's just like trash, bro.
I always try to support. I actually started doing getting all my flowers from them as opposed to, because I used to go to like Ralph's or like those little floral shops, and they're cool, but they do too much. It's like $200 for 2 flowers because it has some baby breath and some plastic around it, as opposed to those people who are like out there and it'd be hot.
Yeah,
they'd be
out there all
hot.
day.
They'd be with a little chair and a hat, just hustling. So I try to support them. So that's trash. I never seen that video.
Yeah, man, it made the news.
It was a BMW.
It was a white BMW. They got the license plates and everything. But yeah, it was all on the news and everything. Like it was crazy. But yeah, I hope they find that person.
I hope they find him too, because that's just funny. The cookie bandit.
I hope they find both of them.
This is speaking of jail, this is kind of messed up. In 2014, there was a dude in New York who spent almost 5 months in America's most notorious jails because he didn't know that his bail was just $2.
Come on, fam.
5 months?
Who didn't tell him? What was your
lawyer?
Probably a public defender. It was like, all right, well, we went to court.
$2.
86 is foul.
$2.
$2.
8 quarters.
Why is somebody's bail $2 though? Like y'all could have just somebody
right. Give him a
whoever put that
to.
in was like, you could have just took $2. Like I ain't gonna let my man just sit down.
Right, the dude who processed it.
Come on, man, y'all just listen, man. Y'all.
Well, I guess I can see why no one told him, because he was basically he was in there because he was accused of attacking a New York police officer who was arresting him in the theft of a coat from a Zara location. So it was probably that cop brotherhood thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but this sucks. It was a 41-year-old, he's still alive, but named Atabdel Salem. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know if I said that right. But he spent 5 months for no good reason in a horrible prison, which is, his bail was basically the price of a New York pizza. And he thought that his bail was set at $25,000.
Wow.
But he was in Rikers.
Oh my God.
He was in Rikers.
Well, it was for a good reason though. When you said no good reason, it was definitely for a good reason. It's some good shit in Zara.
For real though. But a coat? That coat was probably $80.
It might have been on sale. But still, Zara got some nice shit though. He was just gonna sell that shit. Zara got some nice shit, man.
$2. I would be so pissed. I'd just be looking around like nobody
told me. Nobody told me. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all about the best way to ship your products. If you have an online store or you love what you're doing, you're selling products to people and they love your products and orders are coming in fast, now is the hard part with the shipping. You have so many options. Who do you go with? A lot of times the big companies have all of these discounts for other big companies, and the little man is excluded from all of that. Well, you no longer have to worry about that because you can ship a lot more faster and for a lot less money with ShipStation. It is the #1 shipping software for e-commerce sellers with more 5-star reviews than anyone else. You get to import orders from any sales channel. You get to ship with any carrier using their deeply discounted rates, and they automate just about any shipping task. You spend a lot less time on shipping, a lot more, and you have more time to grow your business. All right, no matter where you're selling, Amazon, Etsy, your own website, ShipStation funnels all your orders into one simple interface that you can manage from anywhere, even your cell phone. Okay, you'll get access to amazing discounts with major carriers including UPS, FedEx, and USPS. And you get to easily compare carriers and choose the best solution every time. With ShipStation, no small business can go without, all right? You can now access the same rates usually reserved for the Fortune 500 companies without the contracts and without the commitments.
Yes, sir.
So I want to hook you guys up. If you are selling anything, you got merch, you got earrings, you got body buddies, you got candles, whatever you're selling, I'm going to hook you guys up with a 60-day free trial. That's right, 60 of them. That's 2 months, guys. 60-day free trial by using the code DIYS. All you have to do is go to ShipStation.com, enter in the code DIYS. It's at the top right corner. Click on that little microphone, enter in DIYS, and you will get 60 days for a free trial. All you have to do is go to ShipStation.com and use the promo code DIYS. ShipStation. Make ship happen.
ShipStation.
You feel, man.
Do you remember talking about the dude from Pretty Ricky?
Yes. Which one? The one that got shot?
The one who got shot. He was in there. He's like, I'm fighting for my life, but if y'all make me the biggest rapper ever when I get out of this,
Yeah.
I'll survive this. I'll make it through if you guys make me the biggest rapper ever. You guys remember that, right?
I do remember that.
He's back. He's back in the headlines, being Baby Blue. So apparently, last year there was just a lot of fraud going on. The quarantine gave everybody balls. Everybody was just like, you know what? We can get the government. The amount of times I was offered some shady, seedy stuff, and I was like, I'm good.
I'll pass.
Good. I don't need the. I'm straight. It's catching up with a lot of people. A lot of people are getting in trouble, especially with these PPP loans.
Yeah.
So he just pled guilty in a $24 million PPP loan case, and this is a quote. I ain't tripping. When I get out, I'm gonna be ripped up like Gucci Mane and be one of the hottest rappers in the world. He doubled down on it. First it was death, and now it's jail. But either way, he is going to be one of the hottest rappers in the world.
Bro,
this is the craziest rollout I've ever seen in my entire life.
I have never. If you got a $24 million scheme going on, first of all, why are you worried about rapping? Why are you worried about rapping? You need to worry about like creating another identity to like get away from who you really are. So you can't rap
Baby
no
Green.
more. Yeah, like bro, like are you serious? $24 million?
That's so much money. Why did you do that?
I don't understand when people like I have based my career on chasing a dream, not the dollar. Because anytime you chasing the money,
right, you get caught up.
You get caught up in the bullshit, bro. Goodness gracious, $24 million?
It's like, sir, you can work out here. You can
have a gym and a personal trainer. He can be a living personal trainer. If you got $24 million, you tell him, hey, I'm going to pay you $30,000 for 6 months to get me in shape in 6 months, or 60,000. You know what do I know?
He ain't tripping. He's gonna be one of the hottest rappers in the world. Clout is a hell of a drug,
man.
I
don't know.
But question, this was on Hollywood Unlocked. Somebody tweeted, if a man proposes to a girl and she says no, is that it? Is the relationship over?
I think it depends on the people. Like, if she has a good reason for it, she was like, listen, I do want to spend the rest of my life with you. I just feel like right now isn't the right time for us. I need to finish school. You need to find a stable job. Boom, boom. Like, I think there has to be a right reason for it. If she's just like, no, I don't want to get married, and that, like,
if it's like I still want to do this at some point, it's just not yet.
Yeah, I think, but it has to be the right reason for it, and also the person needs to be proposing for the right reasons. If you're proposing because you got cheated, you got caught cheating 2 weeks ago, and you think this is the only way that you can keep her, that's not the right reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
So there is hope.
I think there's hope. I don't know. What do y'all think, Scary Squad? Is there hope if somebody proposes?
What about the opposite? If the girl proposes and the guy's like, no. Same thing, or is anything changed?
I think it's still somewhat of the same thing, but also take heed, ladies. If he tells you no and he doesn't even give you a good reason, you have your answer for the relationship too. In my opinion,
just if the woman proposes,
I think so.
The man.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's kind of the same if she says no without a good reason. If the guy proposes, you kind of have your answer, right?
I think women think more long term than men do. So if she says no and she has a valid reason, it might be worth listening to and trying to take that in. But guys are really in the moment. We're very instant gratification and like this will fix everything. And that's for anybody though. It's not just for the guys. If you think that a marriage is going to fix your relationship or wedding is going to fix your relationship or a kid, you are sadly mistaken. Like, I don't know the stats on how often that does help, but I can't imagine if y'all are arguing and fighting every week, a marriage ain't gonna do that.
You're just gonna fix that more complicated web around you.
Yeah,
that's gonna just hit you later. It's really temporary, which it sucks.
Yeah, I don't see that working for people. I would never do.
Are you with the whole wave of women proposing? Like, could you get proposed to? You think?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm with that one. I don't know if it's like...
Are you supposed to be like...
clutching the pearls? I don't know if it's...
It's an interesting question because it's
It
like
is.
we grew up knowing that that's our, like, I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
guy's supposed to do that.
But it's not necessarily like a masculinity issue. I don't know what the issue is. I think
don't know.
is it just too new?
Is it too traditional for us to overlook, or what? Let me go get that light. I don't know, man. That's a good question.
Yeah, but it's like I don't have a problem with it with other people. It's just like, oh, that's cool, take initiative, But just for me personally, I guess I never thought about it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't care. Like, I guess if I don't think it's any different from possibly guys taking their wives' last name versus the opposite. There are guys that take their wives' last name.
Right.
Yes, I don't think it's too much different from that. That's completely untraditional. And if you love the person, you love the person. It don't matter who poses a question. That's almost like, if you ask somebody to move in with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's that much different. I mean, obviously, moving in with somebody doesn't necessarily
imply the rest of
your life the way marriage does. But people be getting divorced after they get married, so shit, that don't imply the rest of your life sometimes either. So
Don Doyle put an interesting comment from the Scary Squad. It says, "Ever been in a relationship knowing you don't plan to marry your significant other?"
yes.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's most relationships, right?
Some people date to marry.
Like, is that good?
I mean, I think
that whole like my next man or my next woman is my last man or my last woman.
I think that comes from a place of being
Frustration.
frustrated and hurting and things of that nature. However, I don't think there's anything wrong with dating with intention. Like, if you know what you want, you know what your goal is. Your goal is to get married. You want to have a family. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with dating with intention. I also don't think there's anything wrong with not dating with intention. I mean, intention. Like, you just want to go out, have fun, have drinks, have, casual sex, whatever. Like, if you're doing it safely and ain't hurting nobody, live your life.
That's a lot of pressure on yourself to see, like, the rest of your life with somebody at the beginning of every relationship. Because sometimes it kind of naturally happens, right? Or like
sometimes it naturally happens, but I don't think
like,
that's...
You meet somebody and you're like, that's the one. Like,
I don't think that's much different from people going to school. Like, you go to school to learn, but sometimes when you go to college, you have an intention to get a degree in this field. But even while doing that 2 years in, you might be like, you know what? I actually want to do this instead.
Right.
So I don't think it's so abnormal to have that type of mindset, though. In my opinion, I think that you could do either. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big one.
That's a conversation.
That's for sure a big one, because it's like I fully see why somebody would date to marry. That makes perfect sense.
Right.
But it's also like that's putting a lot of pressure on you and the other person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I mean, dating to marry doesn't mean that as soon as you start dating someone, you start talking about like what you want your wedding to look like and how many people you want. That doesn't mean that. That just means that you're dating people with certain qualities that you would like to see in a husband. Somebody that's responsible, someone that's a go-getter, someone that is family oriented. And I mean, like, you should look for certain things in whoever you're dating, regardless, even if it's just casual. If y'all gonna be with each other for more than just the sex, unless they come over, smash and dash. Like, then you should still want to have somebody around you that has the qualities, bears the qualities that you want to see in somebody, because you still gonna have to spend time with that person. Like, you still want to have somebody that can have an educated conversation other than about music or fashion. You know what I mean? Because unless it's just a smash and dash, y'all gonna end up talking. You might catch dinner, you might grab drinks, and unless y'all gonna sit in silence, you're still gonna have a conversation.
Right.
So,
yeah,
I think that's not much different from dating with intention. Oh, they going crazy in the comments right now.
Oh.
Luella said,
it's a comment.
I think if you ever get in a relationship, you should not have a thought of it failing for the beginning. That's just weird to her. I agree. However, some people are in it just for the sex, like, you know what I'm saying? If you look at the history of marriage, marriage was more of an economical and political intention. Men would be the providers and women would bear the children, I think that she means. I think, it was like, back in the day, it was a move to, like, put families together that could broaden the territory and property and wealth and stuff like that. But like now, people are doing it for love. And love, let me tell you something. Love is strong. Because I swore I would never get married.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck no. One vagina for the rest of my life? No, thank you. Huff, rough.
Huff, rough?
Rough.
That was a couple F's. More F's in there.
I threw more F's in there. But love will make you do some stuff that you think that you would never do. I thought I would never want kids after the whole situation at high school,
right? And
I would never get married. I was just gonna be that cool uncle that show up at functions, different chick every time. Like Uncle T got all of it. Like I got a couple.
Uncle T, you had your uncle name planned.
I had everything planned. I wasn't gonna have no kids.
Uncle name planned.
Yeah, man.
Uncle T.
Shout out to my nephew Didi. He just graduated this past.
You call you Uncle T?
Nah, he just hey Uncle Wobbit.
Uncle Wobbit.
Mm-hmm. He always says Robert.
Uncle Wobbit.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Wob Wob. Wait. So when you met Farron, was it like that? Was it like intention?
I was dating a smash.
Okay.
I was definitely dating him. I saw Farron walking through the hallways at our university. I was like, "Shawty got ass though. What's popping?" You know what I'm saying? Slid in my number. She never called. Okay, saw her 2 weeks later. I'm like, maybe you didn't know who gave you that number. But let's switch this up. How about you give me your number? She gave me the house phone. I thought it was a cell phone with a house phone. I was like, oh, you got your boy fucked up.
Oh, you know it was 2 failed attempts?
2 failed attempts, man. And then we finally went on a date. That was the recovery right there. And then like 2 weeks into dating, she told me she was pregnant. She was 2 months pregnant.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And we hadn't fucked yet. So I was like, I'm not going through this twice. I'm not going through this twice. I'm not.
So did you guys break again, or?
No, I stayed with it. I had already liked it, so I stayed with it. I was there when the kid was born and everything.
Oh,
I was at the hospital, all of that.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, and this was at what university?
Harris-Stowe State University in St. Louis, Missouri.
Origin stories.
Yeah,
Origin stories. That's beautiful.
I agree. Lady A. Farron is a baddie. She got better. She gets better with time, man. She got that thumper on her right now, though.
Huff rump. Damn. I mean, that's a combo. I like how everybody just kind of is exploding their opinions right now. Like Lady A says, as I've gotten older, I'm not interested in getting my time wasted. I'll let you know up front if I'm trying to be serious or if I'm trying to keep you around for fun.
Yeah.
I guess it is. It's a mix between like time wasted, frustration over the, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, it's almost just like, all right, I'm sick with this. I'm ready to, I think I'm ready to, you know. I
think the most important thing is just like communication. In any situation, communication has to be clear with your intentions, what your wants, what your needs are. Even if it is just a sexual relationship, like y'all have to be upfront about like how much and how often you want to have sex. Like, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious. You know, maybe hook up a couple times a week, grab some drinks, and then, you know, do what adults do. But like, even with that, like you need to lead with that and then be clear with how much you would like to have sex with that person. And that can change along the line, but you need to be clear with that because if like they might be a person that's not very sexually active. Like they might be good with sex like once a week or once a month. So those are things that you need to talk about, and not necessarily on the first date, but like that communication is key. So that way no one is left in the dark. There's not any ambiguity that's like basically funneling this relationship to whatever it may be, like purgatory or whatever, because y'all didn't have that communication. So that, I think communication is the most important part of that.
That's true. That is true. Most
important part of that. And if you gonna be smashing though, you might as well go ahead and try with that young blue chew. Okay? I don't know about you guys, but the last 12 months feels like I've aged 12 years, okay? And if you're like me, you're feeling your age more than you're used to, especially in the bedroom. So it's time to snap out of it. Spring is here, and it's time to get sprung with Blue Chew, okay? Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost, okay? Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder and stronger erections. I said erections. Yeah, trying to put some emphasis on it. Got that erections. To combat all forms of ED. Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so there are no awkward visits to the doctor's office or awkward conversations. There's no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package, so you don't have to worry about everybody in the neighborhood or all in your complex being all in your business. None of that's going to happen, okay? The process is very simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com. You consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you receive your prescription within days. And the best part, Pat,
What's the best part?
It's all done online.
Yep.
Okay, you don't have to leave nowhere. You ain't got to put on no pants. You can do this completely passes, just in your boxes, just making it happen, okay? Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and the right strength for your prescription. If you don't like swallowing pills, then this is perfect for you because Blue Chew offers tablets that are chewable, okay? And these tablets are made in the USA, and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than going to a pharmacy. So, if you could benefit from a little extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And of course, we have a special deal for our listeners.
Yo.
If you use the promo code DIYS at BlueChew.com, you will get a free month of Blue Chew. That's right. All you have to do is pay $5 for shipping. All right, that's BlueChew.com. Use the promo code DIYS to receive your first month for free. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast, man. So make sure y'all support them. Free month, just $5 to shipping. Use promo code DIYS at BlueChew.com. Me and Pat both are firm believers in the power of Blue Chew.
Firm believers.
You know what I'm saying?
Get that erection.
We're very firm about this.
Delivered right to your lap.
Okay? We out here.
Delivery, erections on delivery is pretty funny. but not like a gigolo, like you're getting the,
Yeah. Sherry said, do they have Blue Chew for ladies? I don't know, Sherry. I don't know. Farrah took one of my Blue Chews, though.
What'd that do?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Hard nipples?
I can't remember.
Well, is that safe?
I'm not telling anybody to do it. She lives on the edge. Anything wild I've done, it's probably because of Farrah. Like, I'll be chilling at the crib, and she'd be like, hey, you want to do some of this? And I'm like, who are you hanging with?
Right.
What chat rooms are you in that you're getting access to this type of stuff?
MDMA, like, where'd you even get
Right. What are you doing?
This
Yes, but stop doing this.
Break it out.
You know I can't turn down a dare. That's why I cannot play Truth or Dare, because I don't turn down a dare.
It's like, all right, let's do it. Kill somebody.
I dare you to do
what?
this. Like,
I was kidding.
fuck.
Killed him already.
I'm not playing, man.
We gotta get into this isn't really a conspiracy, it's just hilarious. There's a story right now, and when I read it, I was like, this can't be true. Turns out it's true. So this happened in 2013. There's a Chinese businessman named Tan Yohui who was looking for a hitman because he wanted to take out a competitor. And these stories are always crazy to me because I always know, like, there's people using hitman out here. And then these stories are just like, oh, for sure, this actually happens in business. So he wanted to take out a competitor. He was willing to pay 2 million yen? I'm not sure. 2 million money. So the hitman that he hired, he decided to offer the job to another hitman for half the original price, right? Lazy hitman.
Yeah.
He outsourced it.
Outsourced it.
Outsourced
Craigslist.
He was like, I'm gonna hit my hitman friend up. I'm gonna hit my man
so
up.
ridiculous.
The second hitman then subcontracted another hitman, who then subcontracted a fourth, who then, guess what? Gave the job to a fifth. So a hitman hired another hitman to do the job. That man hired another hitman, who then hired another hitman. Hitman number 5 was so insulted at the money that he told the target to fake his own death. These are the worst. This is the worst chain of hitmen. So 4 hitmen hired another hitman, and then the 5th hitman was like, man, the price is so whack, I'm just gonna tell the target to fake his own death. So this obviously led the police to find out about the plot, which then had a trickle-down effect, or trickle-up effect, and all of the assassins were convicted of attempted murder. And there's
except for the 5th one, though, right? Because he had to be like, nah, I warned him. I didn't do anything. I didn't take any money.
It says all of it says all of them.
Well, it probably wasn't his first murder. He probably got a couple.
He was
bodies.
also a hitman.
Right, I was like, he probably got a couple bodies.
he was
like, yeah, man, they were trying to kill this guy. So why they reach out to you, huh? Oh, I just work at Domino's.
Right. And then he probably heard about the original $2 million and was like, wow, I was getting $17.
Wow.
But I had no idea. I thought all hitman were like Deadshot level, like professional. Like
No.
the fact that some are lazy, but you're also a hitman that people know about. But yeah, the guy who hired the original hitman, the business dude, he was only jailed for 5 years. And then the first hitman was sentenced to 3 years and 6 months. And
I wonder if the time went down just like the price.
Right, because none of them actually killed anybody.
Nobody actually did it. You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, I guess it did. That's hilarious. So then the other two were 3 years and 3 months instead of 6 months. Then the fourth one was 3 years, and the last one was 2 years and 7 months. So literally, like, the price and the jail time went down, and all of the hitmen were in court at the same time. Looking stupid. Just looking down the line like,
I can't believe you would tell. I can't believe he would tell.
I can't believe you got offered $2 million. I can't believe you got offered $1 million.
You trying to pay me half of a half? Goodness gracious, man. Outsourcing.
That's probably one of my favorite stories.
I can't even believe that. I might have to find that story and do a video on it or something. That's just ridiculous.
It's a lot. Just goals. Since we were talking about marriage, I want to talk about what Melinda Gates has been doing. Everybody's been hearing about the Bill Gates and Melinda Gates divorce. Obviously, there's a bunch of scandalous stuff and some pretty cool stuff. Like Bill Gates transferred like a couple $1 billion worth of stock to her.
Yeah.
So just to kind of vacation and ease her stress. She rented a private island to avoid media.
Okay.
And guess how much per night? How much would you think?
For a whole private island?
Private island, a couple weeks.
I'm thinking about between $350,000 and $700,000 a night.
Okay. I was over.
Both of them? Both of them?
This is rented out. This is in Granada. So this is Spain. That's Spain, right? Spanish island.
Please don't make me lie to you.
$132,000 a night.
See, I didn't know the island had other people on it, so she can run to a store and stuff like that. Right. Or if it was just
probably staff. Yeah, that'd be scary as hell if he was only a living person on there. But it's not that big. It's an island, but yeah. I don't even think that rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
renting just to go to a private island for a couple months, $130,000 every time you go to sleep. Would you sleep?
Bro, here's the thing though, as your finances change, certain things just don't apply to you. Now that I'm in a different space financially, I typically only fly with 2 airlines, mainly Delta and Southwest if I'm in a pinch.
Yeah.
And typically now it's I don't look at the price. What matters is I need to get there by this time.
Right.
Whereas 5 years ago, Priceline would have get me to St. Louis for under $300.
What's the typical price difference between that? This Priceline, I've never used it. Does it really save that much?
Depending on how early you get it. If you book it 3 weeks out, yeah, you can get it mad cheap. If you're trying to book it the week of, it's going to be about the same price as if you're booking it straight through the actual airline's website. Sometimes the airline websites can still be cheaper because Southwest, I found on a couple occasions, has been cheaper than Priceline.
Really?
And it's easier to change your flight on Southwest than it is on Priceline. After 24 hours, Priceline ain't fucking with you on the changes and shit like that.
I hate the whole process of buying tickets and luggage and stuff. I just go through the app because every time I try to do those third-party things, it's just something happens. I end up flying under the plane with the luggage.
Well, listen, this is another thing though. Now, I also try to protect my money, whereas I would never get flight protection on flights. Like if I'm booking something and it's 3-4 weeks out, now I always get flight protection because something might come up and I have to film that day and I have to cancel this flight, especially if it's just a leisure trip. I always get the flight protection so I can get my money back and not just a credit to it. Because like now when you get it, you want to protect your money too. Whereas you know, when you didn't have it like that, you'd be like, all right, this is all I got, so I got to use this, and I can't cancel this. I just got to go through with it. So there is a little more freedom with it, but the higher you go, I can't imagine spending $132,000 a night. But bro, she just got a couple billion transferred to her, bro. That ain't nothing. That's like spending like what we would think is like $1,000 a night in a suite. Which and when we get to that point, it's like, oh man, it's, you know, $1,000 is cool, but it was worth it. Like she spent $132,000. That was like $1,000.
That's what I'm saying. Because that's a good point. Because even just if you broke down $1 million, that's like a over a week there. You know, just with the mill, and $1 billion is a lot of millions.
Yes.
So I mean, but
999 million plus one more.
I would like to think I would still be kind of frugal if I was a billionaire.
Yeah.
I don't want that to disappear.
Yeah.
I want to always be smart.
I don't think that I mean, because what would you really spend money on? You're not like flashy with like a ton of cars. You don't wear a lot of jewelry. The jewelry that you do wear is probably handmade by somebody that you know.
I don't know. I'd probably spend it on like making stuff, you know.
Yeah, I can see you having I can see you having an expensive studio and probably your own soundstage. Is what I see you.
Yeah, just putting it probably back into making stuff. I wouldn't have a private island. I probably wouldn't even have a yacht. I would have friends with yachts.
Yeah,
because I don't want to maintain. I want to maintain it.
Oh man, the cost of boats. Period. Like the docking fees. Like just to have your boat out
Even
there
if I
and
had
then
it.
have to have somebody go out there and clean the bottom of the boat. All that's man.
Even if I had infinite money, even if it was like literally an infinity sign, I still would have issues with like big chunks of it being wasted on stuff that doesn't matter.
I don't want any luxury car other than like a Wraith, possibly, because I just love the style and the look of that. It's just a monster. But like, I don't want a Lamborghini. I don't want a Ferrari.
I want a Ferrari.
I don't want it. Like the Bugatti. Like I couldn't be able to drive it comfortably. Like even with the money, my ass cheeks would be so tight because I'm like worried about somebody hitting it or hitting the Bugatti sits so low.
Right,
bro, can you imagine?
Scrape it up on driveways and stuff like that. And I don't be going to like fancy enough places to be pulling up in like I don't want to just like the places I go are like so normal. They would just look weird parked outside. Like
he'd be at Ann's, the fabric store, just getting some paint and stuff, pull up in the Bugatti.
It's like, why is that even here? You just need a normal car for normal stuff, and then that car is for like the stunt.
Yeah, I would have a lot of old stuff. When we did 85 South, I wanted to link up with Carlos earlier to go see his collection of cars because like
he's a car collector.
Oh yeah, he pulled up in the '96 Impala. Clean and things on it with bumpers and shit. Like that's what I like. I like old schools, man. So that's all I would do, really.
Are Impalas automatic or stick?
They're automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that like
it look like the old school cop cars. The '96 version. That was the last one with the floor shift, like the gear shift right here. The rest of them are right behind the steering wheel now. So
I need to learn shift at some point because all of the best.
You don't know how to do stick shift?
Nope. All the coolest cars are stick.
I learned how to drive stick shift because I was riding with my homegirl one night. We were coming from IHOP. We were both up, hungry, and like 1:30 was like, let's go to IHOP. So we drove to IHOP, and on the way back, she got pulled over. She was like, I'm gonna go to jail. I was like, you just made a left on red. Like, just go half on the ticket. It ain't no thing. She was like, nah, I got a warrant. And if you would see this young lady, you'd be like, you?
No yeah.
You have a warrant? She was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to jail. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and go to jail?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I was like, nah, you wild, right? So they come out to the get a license, get a registration. And sure enough, they was like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take her to jail. So do you want to drive the car or do you want us to drop you off? I was like, sir, if you think I'm getting in the back of this goddamn police car, you out your goddamn mind.
Was that a trick?
You're right. You are out your rabbit.
It's like, yes, 2 for 1.
I will figure it out because the hardest part about driving the stick is coming out of first.
Yeah.
Like most people have, they have the most problem because the rest of it is like, you know when to shift because you see the RPMs approaching the red and you hit a car and go, when it starts getting to that point where it's not rising, then you just go to the next gear. But coming out of first is hard because your feet have to be in sync with the going up and going down at the same time.
Yeah.
with the clutch and the gas pedal. So that's the hardest part. That and like
terrible.
Taking off from a hill. Like if you're uphill and light,
fear.
that part is difficult because that car is gonna roll back.
I have a heart attack for a split second in an automatic car when it's like when the light changes and you do that little.
Yes, I get it.
Nah,
yeah,
I'll learn. I will figure it out.
But I learned to drive that time right there, and then also just like on video games, like when you play Cruising the USA. Yeah, I used to do it on the video games.
Well, in the arcade when you can sit down, the clutch is actually like
sometimes they have a clutch on there,
and it works. Like it can
you
actually
hit
teach
it
you
before you shift gears and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how I really learned how to play though.
Damn. I didn't think that was actually doing something because we just got like a little car. I think it's I forget what game it is. It's like Rush or something like that. And there is a like an option of clutch.
Yeah.
So I thought like I was learning for a second, but then it was just like the gears were just moving. Like it was just moving and my feet were moving. Like I don't think it was actually making me go faster.
Oh my god.
But now if you say you can learn like that, I'm
with the arcade ones I did. I used to do that joke on stage. I forgot about doing that. I might have to bring that back.
The IHOP one?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that story.
Yeah. And the joke, we hadn't made it to IHOP yet. We got pulled over before we go to IHOP. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Atlanta, if you're in Atlanta, you're going to hit an IHOP.
Was it called the IHOP joke?
I mean, that's what I loosely labeled it in my set. It's an IHOP joke. But yeah. If anybody's watching in Atlanta, I'm pulling up this Sunday, man. Make sure y'all pull up.
Polished version?
There are only, I think at this point, like 78 seats left. So I'm only doing one show, only there for one night. So if you want to pull up, you need to get your tickets now. The link is in my bio on my Instagram page, on my link tree. Super easy to grab that, but it's going to sell out. So you want to grab those tickets now.
ATLTIP coming live. DIYS. UYG. All right, end it. Didn't go well. End it.
It's almost that time for us to get up out of here anyway. Anything you want to share with the people before we get up out of here?
ATL. I'm gonna be on Twitch tonight. So if you wanna pull up any other city also, if you have the internet, if you have some strong Wi-Fi, pull up. Only one show tonight. Just one. Pull up.
Well, listen, man, as always, I'm Tahir Moore.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
And we'll see you next time on another episode of Damn Internet, You Scary.
Later, guys.
Shout out to the Scary Squad. Shout out to the Moore Mob. Shout out to everybody watching, man. We'll talk to y'all in a minute. Peace.